Hello, everybody, and welcome to the inaugural broadcast of the program that is sure to take the esports scene by storm, the one that will test everyone's mettle in the best and worst activities that gaming has to offer. Welcome to the Not Real Gaming League. We're here to commentate on the greatest and the worst of all activities, large or small, in different games across the spectrum. Today's game is one that has been out for 2 years now, going on 3. The sequel is right around the corner. This game is Bungie's baby. That wizard came from the moon. Yes, people still play this game. Destiny. This is the Not Real Destiny League. I'm your host, Starkbond, and in today's challenge, we will watch our dedicated team of athletes traverse Crota's End to take down the Son of Oryx. And also, as will be with any of our broadcasts, we will have a guest commentator, and in the booth with me today, he's the King of Titans, the leader of the Vanguard, you know him and I know him, the blue-faced beauty, Zavala. Zavala, many thanks for that stirring introduction, Starkbond. Hello, Guardians. The Vanguard are here to help you through the greatest challenges that the darkness has to offer, and none are greater than the Son of Oryx, Crota. Really? It was my understanding that Crota was one of the easiest of all the raids within Destiny. I even heard that someone soloed it on a Rock Band drum set. We don't speak of that in the tower. Whatever you say, Zavala. Anyway, let's meet our athletes in today's challenge. For the Titan class, we have the Defender Specialist, skating across the terrain with ease. Her Ward of Dawn never fails, Fancy Fauna. Ah, yes, a fellow Titan. The strength of our Guardians is with you. Whatever you say, Blue Guy. Next up, we have the Hunter who even Cade would be jealous of. Throwing his pocket sand around, vanishing into thin air, one of the slickest players I know, Chenko. Hunters are known for their tenacity and strong entitlement to loot. Well, I can't argue with you there. And finally, to round out our team today, we have the Void-Walking Prince, the self-resing Messiah. Palpatine would be jealous of his lightning bolts. Coming in for the Warlocks, it's Fiend Angelical. Ikora would be proud to have the Warlocks represented today. May your studies take you far, Guardian. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our team for the day. Now let's go right into the action and follow them all down into the abyss.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
May the light stay with you, Guardians. Alright, Zavala, since you're the head honcho here, the leader of the Vanguard, tell us what we're going to see in this first length of the challenge. Well, Stark, the first leg of Crota's End is a long and treacherous journey. You must go through the depths of the Hellmouth, encumbered by darkness, only able to alleviate it by standing near lanterns of light. And then you must battle off hordes of thrall and knights. And once you get to the end, you have to form a bridge to get you to the second part. However, before you do that, you're going to have to battle off ogres, knights, and thrall. Oh, and did I mention these lanterns explode after a while? Well, that just doesn't sound delightful at all. Let's take a look at our contestants. As we can see now, we have Fiend traversing through the Hellmouth with the rest of his team, followed by a lengthy line of Thrall. Looks like he's getting some help by someone with a Necrochasm. And we look at Chenko here, rocking the Ace of Spades. He seems to be popping some headshots off, good for him. We see Fancy in the background holding her Dark Drinker, her specialty exotic weapon. Zavala, is there anything you can tell us about the Dark Drinker? It's amazingly powerful. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Alright, and as we move through the Hellmouth, we see Fancy popped her Ward of Dawn to protect her from death. That's a good move. Now we have Fiend Angelical running through. It seems that he's rocking the Rezer class this round. Ah, yes. using your self-res when confronted by hordes of Thrall. Clever move. Yes, and here we see they're at the last leg of it, battling off hordes of Thrall. That lantern's about to explode. What is Fancy doing? Oh, she's flying away. Oh, and she makes it just in time. Good move, Guardian. Alright, we see Fiend Angelical here. Seems to be using his weapon. Genesis Chain, I believe. There we have Chanko, Ace of Spades. Good, good. The Guardians are forming on the circle. Yes, this is the circle that helps you form the bridge to get to the next part. Yes, thank you, Zavala. No ogres yet. We have a wizard popping up. Looks like Chanko's going to snipe him. We seem to have more and more Thrall. They're getting a little handsy over here. Fiend throws down a grenade. Fancy throws down a Ward of Dawn. Good stuff, good stuff. Staying alive in there. We see that Fancy gets pushed off in a cheap move by the Thrall. I've never seen anything like this before. Alright, Fiend Angelical seems to be the last one up. He's fighting for his life. Oh, taken down by an Ogre Eye Blast. Oh, Chanko's down too. Fiend Angelical comes back with the self-res. Run, Guardian. Run as fast as you can. He seems to be leading a line of Thrall behind him. He has saved the day, running towards the light to the second section of the raid. What's he doing? He seems to be taunting the knight. Yes. The namesake of Destiny. Taunts. Yes, Guardian, but don't get too cocky in Crota's End. Oh, Zavala, it's Crota's End. Right. Alright, Zavala, now what can we expect from this second half? Well, in this second portion of Crota's End, Guardians have to stay on the plates to form the bridge, kill the sword bearer, carry the sword to get over the bridge one by one. Then once there, they must stay alive and continue to form the bridge until they can get their entire team over. Once 5 or more people are over, they can then go into town with swords that spawn and kill a whole bunch of Blue Knights. Well, sounds like fun to me. Let's go in and check on our team. It looks like our cameraman wants to get in on the action here, grabbing the first of the swords. The bridge is formed. He's running across the bridge. He seems to be exceptional form, performing the Titan's Gate. That is correct, Zavala. Taking down the first knight. Slowly. There we go. Now, what's his objective here? Now he must stay alive until the rest of his team can get across. Now, am I correct in saying that 3 people across have to form the bridge from this side? That is correct, Stark. Wonderful. Well, our cameraman pops his super, trying to get a good angle on the action. Appears that he's a little preoccupied at the moment, but that's alright. We can tell that our players on the other side... Oh, and our cameraman is down! Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, let's see what the other people are doing. Fancy is rocking her Doom of Kelkis, trying to stay alive. Chanko with her, still playing with the Ace of Spades. They're doing their thing on their plate. Yes, and they're performing their tasks admirably. Good, good. Now we have Fiend over on the other plate. Looks like he switched to a Necrochasm. Is blowing up Thrall left and right. And let's see here. They must be waiting for another sword bearer at this point. We have one person on the middle plate. One person over. Looks like Chanko is over to the other side. He killed his Blue Knight. Now he just has to stay alive. That's correct. With one person down, it's still possible for the rest of the fire team to do this. Yes, thank you, Zavala. Alright, we still have Chanko over here. Seem to be alive. The rest of the team still holding the plates. Fancy with her Doom of Kelkis. Looking at what she can do. Fiend with his Necrochasm. Still looking for enemies to shoot. And 2 people down. What happened here? Looks like Chanko and our cameraman are down, and it looks like they're going to have to retry this portion. One might say... Actually, yes. Yes, they're all going to have to die. Thank you, Zavala. Alright, and here we go. Take 2 at the second portion of Crota's End. It's been a lively raid so far, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if our team can break through the Oversoul throne. Yes, I believe they can. These Guardians are some of the best I've ever seen. Are you sure about that, Zavala? Are you really sure? I think all Guardians are great. Alright. Well, starting off, we see our cameraman here holding the Swordbreaker and the Fatebringer. And, what can you say about the Fatebringer, Zavala? Fatebringer was one of the most coveted pistols in Year 1 of Destiny. It's still one of the greatest ever created in the Vault of Glass. Yes, thank you. And we see he has a rocket launcher too. That would be the Iron Gallahorn. Swordbearer is down with the Swordbreaker to the face. The bridge is formed, and our cameraman, patiently waiting, is going across. Here we go. Alright, he is across. Now he has to kill the Blue Knight. Yes, and the Blue Knight can only be vanquished by the sword of a Swordbearer. Understood. Well, it looks like he was able to do so with ease. And now he must hold his position here to get the rest of his teammates across. We can tell you that Fiend Angelical still has the Necrochasm. Chenko still the Ace of Spades, swapping back and forth between that and the Vision of Confluence, another Vault of Glass weapon. And we have Fancy Fauna still with the Doom of Kelkis. Yes, the Doom of Kelkis is from the King's Fall raid. That would be one of Oryx's weapons. Crota's father. Yes, thank you for that little bit of trivia there, Zavala. Oryx is Crota's father. Alright, moving along, we see our cameraman patiently waiting. Looks like there are some enemies to kill here. Goes hammers. Going bananas with his hammers. Throwing the sunspots down. Killing those pesky Boomer Knights. And staying alive for... We have another friend over now. This looks to be Fiend Angelical. Wonderfully executing the kills with the Swordbearer sword. Ah, yes. Good job, Guardian. Again, thank you, Zavala, for that wonderful commentary. Now, as we sit here and wait for the rest of them to come out, we see that it looks like the Hive have retreated for a little bit. Ah, yes. They might get scared, but they will come back. And in greater numbers, too. Did you just throw a Star Wars reference? I did. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Alright, we still see that they are killing some Hive. We should have a third friend coming across shortly. Looks like either Chenko or Fancy. Well, Fancy just created orbs. Let's see who comes across with the next sword, while our cameraman still destroys some Hive. And it looks like it's Chenko this time. Chenko with the sword, killing his knight. And we now have 3 across. Now, what does this mean, Zavala? The 3 across can now take the positions of the Guardians who are on the plates across from them. Now they must stay alive as the other Guardians grab the swords of the Swordbearer and make their way across. Yes, so the blame shifts from those on the first part to those on the second. Is that correct? That is one way of looking at it, yes. Wonderful! Okay, we see that the opposite side has the members getting off the plates. We have the three players on this side holding the plates. Looks like they are just trying to stay alive. Not much is happening. A little bit of trickle here and there. Yes, well, the fun will begin once the rest of the Guardians show themselves. And here we go now. It seems all the Guardians but 1 are across, but that doesn't matter. We have 5 across. The swords spawn. We're looking to get the last Guardian over, and then chaos shall ensue. Zavala? Yes, now all these swords spawn so that each guardian may take one, and a flurry of knights will come out and they shall have to destroy them one by one, only with the swords. It seems like this is where the most fun is, and chaos is ensuing. We have every single guardian on the team going nuts with their swords. Supers are flying, knights are dying, even our cameraman seems to be having a little too much fun. Oh, the mayhem, the humanity, those knights can't even get out of the doors. They are dying instantly. This actually looks like too much fun, ladies and gentlemen. This commentator will have to go in and enjoy the genocidal bloodlust that these guardians are creating. You're starting to scare me a little, Starkbond. Well, that makes two of us, Zavala. It looks like the knights are down, and this portion of the raid is completed. This broadcaster can easily say that this portion of the raid is completed, and we move on to the final stretch. Here we go, folks. This is it. Our cameraman and we have the rest of our fire team in the final room to take on the one, the only, Crota. Zavala, this is the last part. They've already killed Uryet the Death Singer and summoned Oryx's son Crota. What they'll have to do now is stay alive, try to not get hit because their health does not regenerate, take the Swordbearer's sword, down Crota twice, and slice him each time he's down. Now, it seems that they do have a Chalice of Light, which will refill their health meters every so often. The Swordbearer is down already. This is the first run. Swordbearer down. We have our first contender going to grab the sword. Slowly, surely. There we go. Let's see. They're going up. This is someone else. The Savvy Savage is going to take the first round of the sword. Crota is down. Takes the first few swings, and Savvy has to get out of there. Good swings, Guardian. Very good swings. Let's see. We'll down Crota again before they deal with the Oversoul. Very important to deal with that Oversoul. Yes, if they don't, they will all die and lose a bunch of their super. And it seems our first contender has died, wiping the rest of the team. Yes, this raid is very important for one person to do most of the work, and in doing so, the rest of the team must follow. Thank you, Zavala. We know. Moving on to the next round. Okay, our contenders are revived. The light is reinvigorated in them. We're on Crota once again. And it looks like our cameraman moving around. They've gone through the first part of killing all the ads in the arena. Yes, that is correct. They are moving on to downing him once again. Let's hope we don't see the same mistakes being made this time around. Alright, we have a Weapons of Light bubble up. They grabbed the Chalice. Swordbearer is down. Alright, we have our first Swordbearer going up, grabbing the sword. Now our Guardians must take down Crota for the first time. We have a Weapons and Blessings bubble. Blessings provided to us by Fancy herself. Yes, okay. 2, 3 solid hits back down. We must down him again before the Oversoul. Alright, Crota is down. Oversoul is being taken care of. Another 3 hits plus a super hit. Alright, and our Guardians retreat to the safety of the starting position. Yes, they have to wait a couple rounds for Crota to move back and forth. This can be quite the annoying task. But then again, this is a raid. It has its mechanics. Some mechanics. Okay, some mechanics. But our Guardians are doing well. As we can see there, they have dealt about a third of damage to Crota. Yes, that's what you want, folks. A third or a little more done. And as you can see, our cameraman going a little crazy, having some fun. Let's cut to the next round, shall we? Okay, cameraman dancing aside, we have the second round of damage coming up on Crota. Cameraman coming up. It looks like we have not a bubble. Interesting. Do we have a bubble from our cameraman? It looks like his weapons bubble is going up now. And who's gonna... Oh, the cameraman is going to be the sword bearer. Sword bearer is down. Cursed Thrall in his face. Surprised that did not blow up. I'm very surprised that Cursed Thrall did not blow up on him. Crota is down after dealing a lot of damage to our cameraman. He is running away. First down is over. Now they must down him once more. Alright, cameraman going up once more. 1, 2, and a super slash. And it's ogre time, so he must retreat to the corner pillar. Yes, during the second damage phase of Crota, ogres come out, and the best way to deal with them is to go straight for the one right off the bat, and then sniping the second one across the way. So we're going to sit in here, hopefully not die, share the chalice, and it looks like we got some excellent damage on Crota. Crota going down next round. We're sitting in the pillar, waiting for the ogre. And we're still waiting for the ogre. Ogre's still not here yet. And still waiting on the ogre. And there's the ogre! Gets grenaded, splashed, and primaried in the face, down instantly. Now they have to take out the second one. Second one is going down. Oh, that shadow shot did hit! Did hit, giving them some good orbs. And now they will retreat to the starting position. That's always the best thing to do, regroup at the start. Our cameraman has his super. I can only assume that the others do as well. Taking out the Cursed Thrall so they don't get burned themselves, if you know what I mean. Yes, the Cursed Thrall explode. Again, thank you, Zavala. No problem. Alright, so it looks like Crota is back where he belongs, up at the front. We have our final round here. Cameraman pops his Ward of Dawn. Fancy should be bringing hers up anytime. Nope, not yet. Alright, dealing damage. They grab the sword. Grab the sword. Did they grab the sword? I don't think they grabbed the sword. Nope, they got the sword. Or did they? What's going on? Well, Stark, it would appear that the sword disappeared on them. How is that possible? It is possible for the sword to take a certain amount of damage and disappear before the round is up. Intriguing. These mechanics just seem to baffle me. Alright, we shall cut to the final damage phase. Alright, and here we go. The final round of Crota damage. He seems to be a little cocky calling out those Guardians, Zavala. Yes, he does. He doesn't know the smackdown that's about to be laid upon him. I think he does, considering how many times it's been laid upon him. Oh, semantics. Alright, the sword bearer is going down. Chenko is down there to pick up the sword. We have a weapons and blessings bubble provided by our cameraman and Fancy. Crota is about to go down, and Chenko goes up there with the sword, pounds him once, twice, 3 times. Crota is enraged. They have to take him down once more. And there go the shots. Crota is down. Chenko takes the sword slashes. And there goes the raid. We have seen wonderful plays here today, folks. And Chenko, with the final sword slashes, makes this a Guardian victory. Yes, well played, Guardians. Well played. Enjoy your ornaments, your guns, your weapons. The Guardians and the Vanguard salute you. Well, thank you, Zavala, for joining us today on the Not Real Destiny League. We have our Guardians here about to celebrate their victory. Join us next time where we will follow our Guardians to wherever they may go, and it appears to their deaths. Okay. Well, for the Armory, for the Not Real Destiny League, I'm Starkbond. You all take care, and we'll see you next time here at the NRGL. Good night, folks.